Hello and welcome back to another Slay the Spire stream. I'm your host, Vegetablebread, and today we're going to be starting off with an Ironclad run. Let's do it. Ooh, apparently we didn't get to the first boss last time, which is pretty embarrassing because Ironclad. Ironclad's pretty good at Act 1. Usually we're going to win and choose a strawberry here. Ironclad tends to saturate the value of the Nia's Lament pretty quickly. We can get a snipe here. That's like a 90% snipe or something. I think it might actually be... No, I think it's just like 90%. Other snipe paths don't exist. Oh wait, this is a snipe path too. It's actually the same. It's 2 question marks. Hey, Sir Artemal. I'm doing well. How are you doing? There's actually another one here too. We could do 3 question marks and snipe this elite. So each of these elites is available. These 2 have a more consistent snipe paths, but force us to go through a shop. This guy gets an extra fire. Yeah, just kicked off the stream. Have a nice relaxing weekend, didn't do anything. If we do this guy though, we are forced into a Mega Elite. Act 1 Mega Elites are pretty scary, so I think we're not going to do that. What's the Ironcladder challenge? Just straight up Ironclad ladder. I think I'll try the double fire route. It's a lot less consistent of a snipe. It's only like, I don't know, 80 or 75% or something. We get 2 fires in it, so. I am not doing that. Oof. Floor 1, feel no pain, huh? The Nia's Lament makes us feel quite a bit stronger than normal. So we might actually be able to handle that. Normally I would expect Clothesline to be the pick here. But it's not normally up against Clothesline, and I don't normally have Nia's Lament. So I think we're actually going to take Feel No Pain. Feel No Pain is the better, like, Act 4 card. Playing ladder is just different, too. Like, playing ladder, you have to have, like, a really high win percentage. When you play normally, I think you can get away with having a lower win percentage. I think I'm actually going to take 26 damage here. I almost never do this, but the reason I don't like Nia's Lament on Ironclad is because you don't get very much value out of the Burning Blood healing. But if we take 26, we're pretty much guaranteed to heal 12 from the Burning Blood. So we actually only take like 14 net damage, and we get to keep our 7 max HP. So we're basically taking 14 damage to acquire 7 max HP here. Which I think is probably worth it. I almost never take the damage there, so that's fun. I think we're a no on Entrench. Thunderclap and Cleave are both fine. Cleave is kind of the card you pick if you're afraid of getting ganged up on. We have to pick some attacks at some point, and I don't think I want my first attack to be Thunderclap, so I think I will take a Cleave. Alright. We can have an upgrade, a remove, or a transform here. I think we probably want to upgrade the Cleave. Cleave gets a pretty big upgrade. Bash is also possible, but there is some negative Lagavulin interaction with Bash. I guess we're not too concerned about elites yet, since we the first one looks like it's going to be free unless this question mark is a fight. But then we do have one right after that, I guess. Yeah, I'll take the Cleave. It's good against sentries. Alright, this is not a fight. We're also not going to a shop, though. So we get 75 gold, go to 200 and some, lose 11 HP. We're gonna heal 6 HP, but we would have healed that up above our current HP if we didn't spend it here. I think, so the question here is, if we go to 45 and then heal 6 back to 51, wait. We end up at 49. I don't know how this math works, but we lose 5 net HP because we lose 11 and then gain 6. So we go to 49. We go to 49, we can still fight this elite pretty easily. Do we ever die to these hallway fights? I don't think so. I think we can afford this. Alright, getting an upgrade here. Bash and Feel No Pain are probably the top of the list. I'll go ahead and give it to Bash. I do want at least the ability to get some attacks upgraded. Here's our free Gremlin Knob. Ooh, Toxic Egg. It's a nice early Toxic Egg. Wow, look at this. Offering Plus. Yeah. Toxic Egg into a rare and a good one is pretty amazing. So we'll take that. I think we're going to go ahead and smith here too. And we'll take the Feel No Pain upgrade. Now that we have Offering Plus, we have a card that exhausts. The Stone Calendar. Okay. Alright, here's the first real elite. It is Sentries, so that the Feel No Pain pick was good and the Cleave pick was good. Should be pretty easy to get through this fight without losing too much. I say that, but then I didn't draw any cards to follow up on it. Stone Calendar, also good in this fight. We could Offering and probably double block. Actually guaranteed to double block because we shuffle right now. So I guess we'd Offering triple block, maybe quad block. Alright, let's see. I guess it's triple block Cleave Strike. Because triple block actually blocks out with the Ascender's Bane. And Cleave Strike should exist this century before he comes back again. The double dazes block out with the defend. Well, we didn't get it. We did get 20 block though, so I guess it doesn't matter. Thanks, Feel No Pain. So just gotta block one more turn, and then the Stone Calendar finishes them off. Okay. Well, that wasn't perfect. We definitely lost some health. Intimidate plus. Well, it says Exhaust on it, and we have a Feel No Pain. We don't currently have any source of weak because we passed on that Clothesline. It's against Hexaghost, so weak is extra good. He has some rounding issues. We'll take an Intimidate plus. It says plus on it. I think we're no on Snecko Oil. Weak Potion and Ancient Potion are pretty fine. Alright. I guess we're playing all the cards. Probably trying to win this fight without Offering. So let's block out here. Those are all definitely happening. If we strike again here, we put him in range of... Actually, he's already in range of Triple Strike next turn. Triple Strike is 27. If we strike him, we put him in range of Double Strike. For 1 health. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Yeah, double strike it is. Shrug it off is great. Clothesline's a little bit worse now that we have picked Intimidate. Shrug it off. We're gonna go through the question marks. Let's see, what are the good things that can happen? We could get like spin the wheel or like 12 cards. We could get, we already got Golden Idol. We could get like Fight the Light, which would be a good way to trade health for some upgrades. We could get like Serpent, which we probably don't want. Maybe we fight question mark, or fight hallway fights. Fighting hallway fights is also a way to turn health into power. Yeah, fighting hallway fights gives us attacks too. We're pretty light on attacks. We've only got the cleave. I guess the dash upgraded. Okay. Red Slaver. Can either bash and probably weak pot, or we could just defend cleave. Yeah, like bash weak pot. Next turn we're getting these cards. So Feel No Pain, Intimidate, Defend is going to do a decent job of blocking. Yeah, I'll take one. It looks like we're pretty short on damage, so we only have the one strike next turn. Looks like we're going to get netted if we don't Offering. Maybe we don't care. Maybe this is the Ancient Pot too. Or we could just Offering. Do we think we'll lose less than 6 health in this fight if we don't Offering right now? No, we're gonna be vulnerable next turn. Although he will still be weak. Yeah, I think Offering now is our best shot. Might as well just finish the fight. Okay. Fruit Juice for our trouble. Inflame. It's our first scaling damage card we've seen. We have Toxic Egg, so we're going to be like looking for apparitions in Act 2. I think Inflame's usually good. We need some sort of strength scaling here, or we need some sort of damage scaling to fight Hexaghost, so let's do that. Okay. Let's shrug it off. They're hitting for 16, 22. We can only block for 16. So we're taking 6. And then I guess we'll split one. Cleave is amazing. Oops, we had lethal. Oh wait, we still have lethal. Thanks, Happy Flower. We'll just drink the fruit juice. Do we ever throw away the Ancient Pot? Ancient Pot is not very useful in Act 1. And if we don't drink the fruit juice, we might take less damage to Hexaghost. We're right at a Hexaghost breakpoint though, so it's... Yeah, let's do the greedy thing. Let's drink the fruit juice. Twin Strike pays off. Inflame, technically. True Grit Plus is quite good. And it's extra good against Hexaghost, so I guess we'll pick it. There's always a danger when you get an early Toxic Egg of like leaning too hard on defensive cards. Because you're like, all the skills I'm seeing are really good, because they're all upgraded. So I'm in danger of falling into that hole right now. Let's see. We could Ancient Pot and kill the Fungi Beast. with Bash Strike and then take 7. We could... let's see, Bash Strike is going to do 19 damage. We could Feel No Pain Defend Strike to block for 3 and take 8. Yeah, okay. Just take them all and win. I don't know what you're referring to. Inflame and Strike. It's gonna do it for that. We could just take a voluntary offering here to prevent our health from going above 48. It's kind of cute. Because if our health is at like 46 or 47, it's actually higher than being at 48 or 49. So generally you want to drink the fruit juice as late as possible. In this particular case, what I'm worried about is I want to drink the fruit juice after turn 2 in the Hexaghost fight. In the Hexaghost fight, he measures your health on turn 2, and if you're above... if your health is above, let's see, at each health total that's divisible by 12, he increases the damage on his first multi-attack by 1. So he starts out at 1 times 6, and then when you're at 12 health, he starts hitting you for 2 times 6, and then if you're at 24 health, he hits you for 3 times 6. So I'm trying to keep my health total below 48, because that's a breakpoint. And not drinking the fruit juice would have helped me keep it below that, but I was greedy and took the deck spot, so. Excuse me, I need to change some oven settings because I'm baking. I don't think it's worth just offering here, though. Because he might actually like be hitting us next turn, we might not get lethal. It probably is worth offering. I don't know. Alright, so we did pass 48, we're at 52. Shockwave's amazing, so is Second Wind. This is a tough pick. We have Intimidate already, and a Bash Plus, so I think we're going to pick the Second Wind instead of the Shockwave. Shockwave is probably better if we end up getting like Snecko Eye or Corruption. But Corruption's a rare and Snecko Eye is a boss relic, so you can't really depend on getting either of those. And I think Second Wind is generally, we would expect it to be better. Second Wind opens up with a world of possibilities too, with like things that shuffle statuses into your deck. Second Wind is way better if we pick Mark of Pain, the boss relic that gives you energy and gives you 2 wounds. Go with Second Wind. Okay. Pretty awkward setup for this, but we ended up upgrading everything in the deck that isn't a Striker or Defend, which is fun. But we only picked 1 attack in Act 1, which is way less than usual. So we'll see if we have enough damage for this. We actually might die. It's totally possible. Let's go to an offering. This actually puts us back down below 48, just in time for him to measure our health, so that's convenient. Yeah, that's true. We do have Stone Calendar, but do we trigger away a Defend just to have a higher attack density in the deck, or do we keep the Defend? Defends are also going to get consumed by Second Wind later, and when we have Feel No Pain, Second Wind, the Defend will be worth 11 block. I think I'll keep it. Okay. Well, we can't really block here. We can only block for 7 total. So I think I'll just take the Inflame Bash instead. So yeah, so he's supposed to be attacking for 4 times 6 because we've crossed 3 breakpoints, right? We've crossed 12, 24, and 36. And he starts at 1 times 6. But if we were at 48, he'd be attacking for 5 times 6, which also would get rounded down to 3 times 6. But you know what, whatever. Oh wait, no, it would get rounded down to 4. Let's see. No, it would get rounded down to 3. So the next health wouldn't have mattered. I want to get Inflame developed, and I guess we're choosing between Second Wind and Strike here. So Second Wind blocks for 7. We take a net 11. We take the deck spot. It's probably happening during this fight anyway. I guess we might as well do that. The vulnerable is not super valuable. I don't know. It's pretty valuable. Feel the Pain has to happen. Shrug it off blocks out, and we just fit in a Strike. True Grit pretty much blocks out here. We got a Bash and a Cleave. So the original Bash would have ended up doing a Strike worth of damage and a Bash worth of damage. So it would have been worth, let's see, 3 plus 6 would have been worth 9 damage. So we skipped 9 damage to block for 7. That seems reasonable. I guess we would have had an extra vulnerable stack here too. I guess we're striking. Looks a little bit sketchy to me. We have a ton of block, but we're going too slow. He's gonna hit us with the big old multi-attack. There's not much we can do about it. Bash, Cleave, and Second Wind have to happen. Maybe we are gonna get there. No. I don't think we can do 36 damage next turn. We can do exactly 39. Wow. Okay. Well, I thought we were too slow. Turns out we were just right. Juggernaut, Feed, and Brutality are our options here. Going from right to left to middle, obviously. The natural order of things. Yeah, that Stone Calendar was clutch. The 52 health is exactly what we needed. I guess 49 would have been sufficient, but... Feed is real good. Feed is almost always the presumptive pick. Feel No Pain and Juggernaut do a thing, though. And that thing is quite good. I don't mind that at all. And Brutality is here for no reason at all. Nobody likes you, Brutality. Brutality is clearly worse than Skip here. But Skip is not really the consideration. The consideration is Feed or Juggernaut. So both Feed and Juggernaut work with Feel No Pain. Feed exhausts, and so it blocks. Although the block is usually not relevant because you usually end using Feed to end a fight. Because you want to get the Feed procced. So I don't want to overstate the it works with Feel No Pain angle. We do need some way of healing because we have Offering in the deck, so we can't end up offering ourselves to death. In Act 2, I have done that before. And Feed is healing. It causes your max HP and current HP to go up by 3. But Juggernaut gives us a scaling damage plan to go with our Feel No Pain, and that's really important. We should be pretty good at blocking with the Toxic Egg, and we're already really good at blocking. So I think it might be Juggernaut here. Then we find like a Metallicize or something. We've already got like Second Wind and Feel No Pain. Second Wind, Feel No Pain, Juggernaut is such a turn. The feed is really good. We're already at 80. We ended up getting some extra max HP relative to where we could be because we paid current HP for Golden Idol. But if we feed, we'll get a lot more max HP. So let's see. If we feed, we probably go up to like 120 max HP-ish. And if we Juggernaut, we have a plan for the heart. Which is nice, but not necessary going into Act 2. I just feel like if we skip Juggernaut, we might never see it again. And the deck really wants that. We do have like an alternate path, right? We have an Inflame, so we can like try and Inflame and then like Limit Break or something, if we see a Limit Break. And that's a plan. We could find a Demon Form or something later. My main problem with Juggernaut is it's really expensive. 2 energy is just a lot. We're probably about to get an Energy Relic. We have kind of a lot of powers. Feel No Pain, Inflame, and Juggernaut would be 3 powers in the deck out of 19 cards, or out of 20 cards. It's a lot of powers. This is tough. I don't know what to do. I really want to find Pandora's Box because we left all of the strikes and defends unupgraded, and then we have a Toxic Egg, so Pandora's Box is really good. We do have a flower. That's true. I think I just want to take the Juggernaut. I want to see the Feel No Pain Juggernaut thing happen. But I hate skipping feed. It's so good. All right, here's the Marker Pain. That's what I was talking about. Gotta go tend to my bread. Okay, so a bit of an interesting choice here. Marker Pain is something I called out specifically as being good, so it feels like I should probably pick that. Get some extra wounds, get rid of them with Second Wind. Velvet Choker is always nice. Feels like it's pretty unlikely to be what is, you made a little face. What do you mean, Dora? You don't like that combo? It's great. Velvet Choker is pretty nice. I think we're somewhat unlikely to get choked. We do have an offering, though, which is basically like, you cannot pick Velvet Choker, the card. Offering and Intimidate are going to make it a little bit tricky to pick that one. And then Black Star is here. We didn't get a ton of relics in Act 1. We were limited to 2 Elite Path. Picked up a couple extra ones in question marks, but still, it'd be nice to get a little boost there, and Black Star could do that for us. We really do want to be a 4 energy deck, though, especially with the Juggernaut. Juggernaut's going to be really hard to play if we stay 3 energy. So I think we're going to go for the Marker Pain here. Alright, now we need to find some more card draw. That offering is not good enough anymore. I got 461, so probably want to hit a shop if we can. question marks are also really good because we have Toxic Egg, so if we can find apparitions, then they get upgraded for free, which is amazing. So probably want to go through these 3 question marks and then to this shop. Is that path reasonable? Looks like we can get 2 elites in the act, 3 if we want to get a mega, and an extra shop here that we're forced into, if we don't want the mega. Other things we could do, we could just dodge an early shop and go this way, get an extra fire before the elite. I guess we're getting a fire either way. And then get no more elites. That path seems horrible. We could just ignore the shops completely and go left. 3 hallway fights is a little bit more than you want before the first elite. That's going to put you in the hard pool. But then we do get 3 elites in the act, and a couple extra fires as well. Should be roughly survivable. One of the big things this deck is missing is AoE. We do have the Cleave Plus, which is something. But generally when you're talking about Ironclad AoE, you're talking about either Whirlwind or Inferno. And we don't have either of those, which are quite a bit better than Cleave. So that's going to put us way behind against, like, Slavers. So I don't think we're really in the business of hunting elites here. I think we're going to go right and look for apparitions instead. Shelled Parasite. What do you want from me? Alright, let's start with an offering. See if we can find some good stuff. Hey, we got Feel No Pain Second Wind. That's nice. Feel No Pain Second Wind means we're blocking for 11 per card. We're exhausting 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. So we block for 44. That's way more than we need. We could just Second Wind and get rid of the Feel No Pain. I don't know why we would want to do that. We could save the True Grit and then block for even more. We could not play the second wind. We could play like True Grit Defend. Let's see, that would block for 13, 18, so we'd still take 3. We have 7 energy, so we could play True Grit Double Defend. And like Inflame Bash. And that's if we want to save the defense. We don't want to second wind them. But I think I like Feel No Pain, Second Wind, Inflame Bash, Strike. I guess actually we can True Grit 2, right? Because Inflame Bash Strike is only 4 energy, so we got 3 extra. So the 3 could be Feel No Pain, Second Wind, and True Grit. So we can save True Grit from Second Wind. We also need to play Inflame before Second Wind, or else Second Wind will eat it. Okay. Way less impressive second turn. If we play Juggernaut, we're going to get 2 procs out of it. We're going to end up blocking for 12. He's hitting for 14. If we find Intimidate, we block out. 50-50. Okay. Actually, these are doing 13 damage. I'm getting a plated armor off. Okay, we did find Intimidate, so I think I will play Juggernaut now, because we're getting 2 exhausts. See, that seemed like it worked out pretty well, but that fight kind of worries me, because we ended up losing like 9 health or something to like a pretty good shuffle, because we just have so many powers. Like it takes us a long time to set up, and Avocado is going to hit you on turn 1. Second Inflame is an option. I think we're pretty happy with our damage scaling now with the Feel No Pain Juggernaut thing. Inflame is a bit of a sideshow, so I don't think we want to double down on that. Thunderclap helps give us more vulnerable. Dropkick lets us capitalize on vulnerable. Hey, Rainhorse. I don't think we really want to do either of those things. I think we just skip this. Maybe we do take a Thunderclap. It's upgraded. It's AoE. It's something I said I was weak on. It's an attack. Just any attack is kind of good. I don't know. If we run into like Red Mask Gang in one of these question marks, we might just die. I think Thunderclap helps us with that. Let's think about this though. So assuming we get rid of a couple of strikes, right? Let's assume we'll get rid of 3 strikes, we're down to 2. And the second wind eats everything that it's going to eat. We're down to 2, 3, 4, 5, or no. We have a 4-card deck currently. 5, because second wind itself stays. So we have a 4-card deck, 2 strikes, a bash, and a cleave. So every attack we add is adding another card to that little micro deck. I don't think that micro deck wants a Thunderclap. Dropkick is extremely good in that micro deck because we have bash. So we'd get to play Dropkick every turn. But I don't know how much I want to feed into the little micro deck strategy. I have a lot of experience piloting these second wind decks, and you generally never actually see the little tiny deck inside. Even in long fights, you end up getting statuses or something, so you never quite get there. So I don't want to pick Thunderclap because it pollutes that dream, and I don't want to drop kick because I'm not like, just faithfully following that dream. I don't want to pick Inflame because it's bad, so I'm skipping. We could transform a card, probably going to be a strike. Elaser, I'm sorry, you're the first one to have fallen for my stream title. There's no sourdough command. Yeah, corruption would be nice. This deck would take a corruption. Not here, though. Alright, this one's a fight. Yes, there's no commands anywhere. Ha 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 ha. You've been clickbaited. How does it feel? Moribund, that's a weird name. Isn't that an adjective? Can't you describe a person's complexion as moribund? Oh, Armaments got upgraded. I didn't think about that when I went into the Transform Shrine. So we got upgraded Armaments. That's neat. I apologize, Elaser. I just was excited about making my bread, and I was like, how do I share my bread excitement with very little effort? Let's go ahead and Offering. We could exhaust it and get a proc. Second Wind gets a bunch of procs here. We're going to play Intimidate. Oh wait, maybe we shouldn't have done that. Yeah, that might have just been better as a Second Wind card. So let's see. Okay, so we're second winding these 3 cards at the very least. That would block for 5 plus 4 per card, so 9 per card. 3 times 9 is 27. That's blocking out. Okay, so let's save the True Grit, play the second wind, play both strikes. Nice. Yeah, that sounds like a deck. We have Lethal. We don't have Feed, so no side quests here. Well, that was nice. We managed to, we perfected that fight. Ended at the same health total. Uppercut's very good. Uppercut feels like a really strong Act 1 card, and I'm not really sure what I'm doing with it in Act 2. Doesn't really help Juggernaut. I think maybe we just don't take any more attacks. I don't think we need any attacks. I don't know. Evolving Monkey. I enjoy doing it. I was kind of into baking before. Um, I had an experiment a couple of years ago where I like tried to make the perfect chocolate chip cookies, and so I would like scientifically approach the process of making cookies. So I would like do everything exactly the same way and like use very precise measurements, and I would vary small things about the recipe, and then like try and measure how much I liked them. But the result of the experiment is that A, I like chocolate chip cookies a lot, and B, if you eat a lot of chocolate chip cookies, you'll get fat. Those are the primary things that I learned. So I stopped that experiment. So for me, the COVID sourdough thing was really just picking up on fertile ground, because I just already liked baking. It's also like you get to have a little friend. You get your little sourdough starter and you keep them alive. And... Oh yeah, this game's hard, Young Gutted. I try to explain what I'm doing, so to some extent I hope that's helpful, but also keep in mind that I have to make somewhat different decisions than you will have to make at Ascension 3. Ascension 20 is quite a bit harder, so in general you need to make higher variance plays, and what that means is if there's a bunch of lines of play available to you, and like some of them are conservative, and you're like pretty consistently gonna get like a mildly good result, that's usually good enough to win low Ascensions, because you only need mildly good results to win. But on Ascension 20, you might need to pick a thing that could like either be really good for you or end the run, and just hope that it's good for you, because you need things to be so good for you that you can like get ahead of the curve and win. I think I don't believe in any of these cards. I think we're just looking for like 100 copies of Shrug It Off, basically, and like another second wind. And that's how we're planning on winning. So I think we're skipping all these. Alright. Oh, a surprise shop. Orange palettes is available. Apotheosis, also available. Apotheosis is actually not very good right now. We have almost all the cards in the deck are upgraded. The only thing Apotheosis would be hitting is Defends and Strikes. There's a second Feel No Pain available. That's almost certainly getting purchased. The Shrug It Off on sale, also probably going in the deck. Hard to imagine skipping an orange pellets. Blue Candle's actually fine. Especially if we end up with like Necronomicon, because then we can get infinite block with the Feel No Pain. Although we have to trade infinity divided by 7 health to get it, so it's not like truly infinite, but feels like it. Hold on just a second, I gotta take my bread out. Needs a little bit more time. That's my judgment on that bread. I will show you guys the bread when it's done. I'm always quite proud of what the bread looks like. Hey Redbeardy, how's it going? Ooh, you're joining up with your exercise. All right. I can't do I can climb rock walls a little bit. I'm not like I haven't ever done like a climbing gym thing. But I do okay at those. But I can't do a pull-up. I don't understand the math behind pull-ups. I could do like a kipping pull-up, or at least I could in college, where you're like swinging your legs and stuff. But it seems like to do a pull-up, I would basically need to like arm curl like 120 pounds per arm, and that just seems like that's a lot of that's a lot of stuff to do. So yeah, but I wish you the best of luck, Digital Charmander. Okay, so let's just buy the things that we know we're buying, and then see what we got left. 231, huh? I guess that's true. It's more of like a tricep pull than a arm curl. We do have enough left for Apotheosis, if we wanted to do that for some reason. It seems like Art of War is going to be really good in this, like, mostly skill deck. And we can do, let's see, oh, we can't afford Art of War card remove, though. We're off by a little bit. I really do want to get removing those strikes. What's the difference in terms between the pull-ups that are like this and the pull-ups that are like this? Because I feel like these ones are very bicep heavy and these ones are a lot more back heavy. Are your fingers forward or backward? Well, you're not going to use your triceps for any of them. Chin up. That's the one I'm talking about. Pull up. Triceps are for pushing stuff. Triceps aren't going to help you with either of those. Huh. With sourdough, sometimes it comes out perfect, but sometimes the inside of the bread doesn't cook too well. It has to do with proving, but haven't put a finger on it. Yeah, I don't know. Is your yeah, I don't know what to recommend. What are you cooking it in a like Dutch oven? What's your setup like for that? Yeah, I think we just buy Art of War and skip the card remove. We can buy card remove again later. Actually, we could go to another shop. No, let's not go to another shop. Let's just buy the Art of War. Get out of here. I guess Block Pot we can afford. Yeah, so I talked about Apotheosis a little bit. It is really good, and we have Toxic Egg, so all of the skills we see are going to be upgraded. But the reason it's not good here is it's only hitting strikes and defense. Almost all the other cards are already upgraded. Like, literally the only other cards are Juggernaut and Feel No Pain. Yeah, we'll buy Block Pot. Yeah, I think that's probably your problem, Evolving Monkey. I think, like, managing when you're cooking the bread with its own moisture, when you like have the lid closed and when you're opening it, sort of adjusts the ratio between the internal cook and the whatchamacallit, crust cooking. Do we rob this guy? I think Frail's really bad for us. So no. Frail seems like a big problem. Thanks for the follow, Evolving Monkey. Let's just leave this guy alone. Okay, good. It's not slavers. 2 Feel No Pains on turn 1. They don't really particularly do anything without the whatchamacallit. And thank you for the follow, Young Gutted. They don't do anything without the Juggernaut in terms of like clearing them out. I think we're going to second wind to get rid of the Ascender's Bane. I guess it doesn't matter. Ascender's Bane is exhausting and blocking already. So really the question is, do we cleave or skip cleave? If we cleave, we do some damage to Fat Gremlin, bring him down to 5. He's going to get 10 block. You managed an Ironclad heart with block and body slams. Yeah, that's a really fun archetype. I really enjoy the, like, Juggernaut, or not Juggernaut, but, like, entrench, barricade body slam thing. That's really fun. I'm gonna check on my bread really quick, be right back. Alright, I think we're actually skipping cleave. Maybe that's too greedy. Maybe we don't need 5 energy next turn. Watcher is super powerful, that's for sure. Hold on just a second. Sorry, I heard the alert, but it's not on the screen anymore. It is Cold Warden. Thanks for the follow. It's not on the screen, but I have the logs. I think I will cleave. I think we really need to kill the Fat Gremlin ASAP. And if we're skipping damage, he might just, like, snowball us to death. Okay. Okay, that is an awful lot of block. Or an awful lot of damage. Sugar always hits a wound, I think. Alright, we're blocking for 21. They are hitting us for 43. We can bash strike. That's going to do 7 plus, I believe, 6. So 13. Not quite enough to kill Fat Gremlin. We might as well drink the block pot now. And I think we'll just go in on Fat Gremlin anyway. If we go in on Fat Gremlin, do we ever get zapped by Wizard next turn? I think we might. Yeah, we don't have enough damage. We didn't draw the Juggernaut early. We're in trouble here. Alright, let's play Offering, go find Juggernaut, and then kill them by blocking a lot. Armaments upgrades Juggernaut and makes it do 7 damage, but then it's, if we play Armaments after Juggernaut, then we get an extra Juggernaut proc, which hits somebody for 5. We have to get 4 Juggernaut procs on good targets. We start out with a 2 out of 3 chance of hitting a good target, and then that eventually degrades down to a 1 out of 2. So we're going to have to get, like, I don't know, like 6 Juggernaut procs if we want to kill them with just that. So if we play Juggernaut and then Armaments, I guess if we upgrade Armament Juggernaut, we only need to get 3 good ones. So I'm in Armaments before Juggernaut. And then Shrug Off. Okay, he's dead, that's good. And Intimidate, looks like we can actually just block out. So great. Okay, and we can kill him. Cool. Should be okay now. Now that the Fat Gremlin's debuffs have worn off and we've cleared out the trash. Right. We mistimed the whatchamacallit, the cleave. Cleave came out when there was no enemies to hit. Can I get a hit on Fat Gremlin? That's true. Stone Calendar will kill him. So let's just set that up for next turn. Good call. Kapow! Alright, Sundial. I always think Sundial and Stone Calendar belong together. They're like the Mayan set. Fire Breathing kinda goes along with, yeah, it's called Flame Barrier, but yeah, you're close. Fire Breathing kinda goes along with the whole, Feel No Pain Juggernaut thing. It's kind of in the, like, there's, like, sort of a broad array of, like, Ironclad, defense scaling powers. And Fire Breathing is more on the, like, evolve end of that. So it's not, like, super in what we're doing. It is good, though, and it is AoE. We're very short on AoE. We also picked Mark of Pain, so we, like, start with statuses. We skipped Blue Candle, so we're never going to feel great about taking curses. You know what I just realized? We skipped Blue Candle and then immediately ran into Pleading Vagrant. We could have just robbed him if we'd had the Blue Candle. Would have been really good. I think Fire Breathing is kind of meh, though. It's like, Fire Breathing is best in Act 2, but it's also like kind of hard to get online by Act 2. Because it just doesn't do enough damage to be relevant against Act 4 stuff, or even Act 3 stuff usually. It's really good against Donu Deca, weirdly. If you get like Evolve Fire Breathing, you can like wipe out both of them with just the dazes. Pummel is actually pretty decent. We have 2 copies of Feel No Pain, so Pummel blocks for 7. Additionally, we have an Inflame, so it hits for 25. Blocking for 7 and hitting for 25 is quite a bit for a 1 energy card to do. It does break Art of War, and that blocking for 7 does depend on having played 2 powers, and hitting for 25 depends on playing Inflame. So it's not like... It takes a lot of setup to do that, but it is really, really big hit for not very much energy. Doesn't pollute the deck. Iron Wave is surprisingly good in this deck. Iron Wave with Juggernaut is always pretty good. If we do end up second winding away our entire deck, it's sometimes nice to have an Iron Wave just to like be able to generate some block. But it's a pretty weak card in general. Who is our boss here? Collector. So no special fire breathing combo there. I guess none of the Act 2 bosses have special fire breathing interactions. I think we just skip. And then rest. Yeah, let's rest and go fight the Mega Elite. Oh, wow. We really are going to get almost every card upgraded. I think this is just upgrades. Okay. Strike Dummy, huh? We do have a bunch of original strikes. Helps 4 cards. Strike Dummy is quite often a Sapphire Key, though. It doesn't really help too much. And we do want to go to Act 4. And it makes Curse Key quite a bit better if we take the Sapphire Key now. I do want to call out that, like, over the past 2 floors, our strikes went from 6 to 12 damage. If we take the Strike Dummy. So that's pretty nice. Because they were all unupgraded, and then they all got upgraded, and then they all got upgraded again. But I think we're just going to take the key. Mega Elite? Let's see, which Mega Elites do we win? So it can't be Gremlin later, which is kind of a bummer because that's probably the easiest one. We don't have a disarm or anything, we can't like cheese Book of Stabbing. If it's like Strength Book of Stabbing, we probably die. If it's like Plated Armor or Slavers, we probably die. We don't do enough damage. I think that's a lot of the yeah, I am afraid of not having any AoE. I'm not sure what you mean by Pandora's, though. The only Pandora's I can think of is Pandora's Box. Oh, maybe you're talking about Stone Calendar. But that's not Pandora's. Yeah, no worries. I was just confused by what you were saying. I was like, I wanted Pandora's because I have Toxic Egg, but I didn't find it. I got Market Pan. Let's give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen? I don't know. This is kind of a promising run. I don't really want to lose it to just like, let's give it a shot on Act 2 Mega Elite. I think we probably lose. And we can get some value out of this shop. I was trying to dodge the shop. I don't want to go to the shop because we don't have very much money. So it's a wasted floor. But I don't think we can. I don't think we survived this enough, so I think we need to try and avoid it. Okay. Double Field No Pain, I think is happening. We could try and save Offering. Let's see what Juggernaut draws first. This Armaments is almost useless because almost every card is upgraded. Could only hit Juggernaut, and this Field No Pain's already been played, so... If we play Offering, we could find the Juggernaut. It's kind of nice. I don't think we can Smork the Elite. That's the problem. I think we just die to the Elite too often. We just don't have any damage. We're depending on this Juggernaut to scale, and like if it's either Slavers or Book of Stabbing, which are the only two options, it's possible we just get ganked and killed. Yeah, let's draw. Oh, that was terrible. Alright, let's save Armaments and defend from the second wind, and then get rid of the wounds. 73 block. Okay. Juggernaut's definitely happening. I think we're true gritting a defend. And playing a strike. We got rid of the Hex effect there too, with the orange pellets. Thanks, orange pellets. So this fight gets a lot less scary really quickly. Alright, let's kill him and get to work on the Chosen. Maybe we can find like a Metallicize at the shop. That'd be nice. Cool. This is Power Through. Power Through is 100% something we're looking for. Okay. Well, that makes me feel a lot more confident about Elites. I wish I had that before the Mega Elite. There's Metallicize. I asked for it and got it. So you have to imagine that's a pick, right? There's nothing big we're missing out on here by picking Metallicize. We're not getting Shockwave. Shockwave would be nice. We're also not card removing, which would also be nice. Sentinel's okay with the hypothetical corruption that we're always going to be looking for. We actually have several ways of exhausting Sentinel. We can feed it to True Grit or Second Wind. So that could be a big source of energy, but we don't have enough draw to really need that much energy. We have kind of a ton of energy already with the Happy Flower, Mark of Pain, and Art of War. So I think we just take Metallicize, and can we afford a potion? Yes, but it has to be this potion. Womp womp. We could do Shockwave and Skill Pot instead of Metallicize. I really do like Metallicize with the Juggernaut though. We do have plenty of block already, so maybe it's not worth it. We also have an orange pellets, so powers are good. Also, just more things that say exhaust on them for the two Field No Pains. We don't have any source of weak currently. I guess we have the Intimidate. That's not true. So we've got Intimidate and Bash are our weak and vulnerable sources. Does seem like Shockwave would probably be pretty good. Vulnerable is not really doing anything for us, though, because it doesn't affect Juggernaut damage. Oh, Metallicize plus Sentinel? I guess I could do that. I wasn't really planning on picking up the Sentinel. Oh. I guess it is cheaper. I think Metallicize is probably correct. But I just want to think about it. The Shockwave is really tempting. I think I'm going to skip the Sentinel, though. No. It's a waste of money. Okay. Alright, it is Slavers. Oh yeah, potions are great. If you can have a potion, if you can buy a potion and help you survive a tough fight, that's really, really good. Okay, I guess we're blocking this turn. That seems like plenty. Well, I'm torn. I want to play Armaments because I have 2 unupgraded cards in my hand, but I want to get a Juggernaut proc with it. I guess it doesn't really matter. If I don't play this strike, then we trigger Art of War for next turn. We probably want to use the Ancient Pot now, so that we don't get vulnerable. So let's do that. We are taking 12. Yeah, I think we're gonna leave the strike on the table. It's really unlikely we need the extra energy, though. Like, there's not very many hands that need it. But it is possible, so I'll leave it. Okay. There's Metallicize. Let's see what Offering has for us. Probably want to play Inflame Cleave before we get netted. Inflame Cleave, Metallicize, and Shrug It Off all want to get played. Let's play Shrug It Off and see what we get. Currently blocking for 15, so we don't need any more. So let's go in with some damage. I'll do Bash before Cleave as well, get the vulnerable. We're actually killing this guy before we get netted. That's great. Okay. I feel like we're in pretty good shape now. We got all our powers set up. We killed one of them. As long as we don't get too many wounds, I think we're going to be fine. Do we burn the defend in the second wind, or do we save it? I think we save it. It increases the useful card density in the deck. I think succumbing to wounds is the only way we're losing, so... Yikes, speaking of wounds. Whoa, wow, we still blocked out that turn? Amazing. Drew 4 wounds and blocked out anyway. Screw you, Taskmaster. Okay. Toy Ornithopter. Oh, a second Juggernaut, really? Wow. That seems like an automatic pick, right? Whirlwind helps us ameliorate our AoE deficiency a little bit. True Grit is an extra exhausty thing. I think extra Juggernaut is almost certainly the right pick. 2 Feel No Pains, 2 Juggernauts. Now I just want a second wind, or a third wind, whichever way you prefer to see that. Jugger what? Let's get it started. Hopefully we do 20 damage to him this turn. I don't think we are. But let's give it a shot. Nope. Juggernaut Power Through is something. Power 3 is going to block out for us this turn. The classic, do we armaments before or after the unupgraded power question? I think in this case it's never. Let's see, we only need to hit him. How many times do we need to hit him to do 21 damage? So we need to reduce him to 58 before she heals. I know, I want to get rid of that armament so bad. It's just garbage. Every card in the deck is upgraded. It does nothing. Wait, is that true? The heal damage cycle doesn't care about who you deal damage to? I mean, I think it requires you to do 21 to either of them. Are you saying it's 21 total damage? I'm gonna look this up. Oh. I accidentally went to the monsters category page where I had never been. Yeah, if any enemy can be healed by 21, so yeah. Yeah, it's any individual enemy has taken 21 damage. She is healing this turn for sure, because she can heal herself for 21. Oh shit, the Vault Tech Director is here. Everybody be on your best behavior. If you're a Vault Tech Director, what is the experiment for your vault? Are you like slowly feeding mutagenic radiation to your inhabitants? Are you like putting half of them in prison guard uniforms and the other half in prisoner uniforms? What's your thing? Actually, can we block out without that? Yeah, we can. We can block for 13 and then... Oh wait, no, we don't have Italicize up. Okay. What if we just, like, can't do enough damage for this fight? And we just get outscaled and killed? Doesn't look like that's happening. Okay. I will kill you. Alright, we don't have any feeds or anything, so we can just go off on her. Ooh, liquid memories, that's great. These are all attacks. That's icky. I don't want attacks. I just want skills. This one says exhaust on it. Is that ever worth it? The downside to Warcry Plus is a lot less than the downside to regular Warcry, because it nets you a card, so it doesn't cost you a card, like Warcry Minus does. The main downside to Warcry is that, like, if you're playing against the Heart or Time Lord, you're not being very card efficient. But those are really the only fights where card efficiency matters. And we're already pretty good with Warcry against the Heart, because it's going to be net positive block, assuming we have some powers up. It also helps you find the powers in the early parts of the fight. Really just the big problem with Warcry is Time Lord. You thought killing healer first was the play. You prefer to go for the tank. I do. So there's two reasons to go for the tank. Number one, the tank's actually easier to kill, which is a little bit counterintuitive. But the Centurion generates a bunch of armor for the... we don't care about chosen fights because we have orange pellets, but you're correct. Card efficiency is relevant in that fight. So Centurion blocks 4 Mystic, so he ends up having less like effective health. So that's one thing, and then the other thing is if you kill Mystic, Centurion like has a different attack pattern and does more damage, I believe. Yeah, if Mystic is dead, Defend is replaced with Fury, so he just attacks you a lot more. And she generally has a chance to buff him before she dies, so you really don't want Centurion wailing on you. Okay, I think we're... skip or Warcry. That's a tough one. It's pretty important that we get to our powers really quickly. So let's pick Warcry. Helps us get there. Alright. Let's play Warcry. Do we need defend to discern? Should we save a defend for next turn? We got power through, and that's it. So no, we do need defend right now. Okay, so we'll keep the defend and the power through. I guess we'll put strike back on top. You know what? Actually, let's put feel no pain back on top because we need to play power through and defend here. So I think we'll play Juggernaut, power through, defend, and play feel no pain next turn. Okay. Yeah, Centurion Mystic is definitely one of those fights where you have to like learn it a little bit. It's very tricky. Also, if you have bites, if you've taken the vampire event, Centurion Mystic is always a fight that stands out because it's because she heals herself. You can farm her for health if you're careful not to kill her, and then you can get to full health, which is always nice. All right, so we need a block for 20 here. This blocks for ends up being 9 per card. It looks like we would only hit True Grit though. So what's our max block here? I think our max block is True Grit the Strike, Second Wind the Metallicize, and I guess Second Wind Metallicize and Feel No Pain is max block. Are we willing to do that? So that blocks for 6 plus 10, 16. It really messes up the deck to lose the Metallicize and the Feel No Pain, but maybe it's worth it for the health? We're also not cleansing our Frail if we do that. I was assuming we were going to cleanse Frail this turn. Wait, maybe Feel No Pain, Strike, Second Wind is more block. So Second Wind hits 2 cards and blocks for 18. Yeah, that's the best. Okay. Alright, I'm glad I thought about that more, because I came to a way more clear conclusion. Okay. Almost got vulnerable there. I didn't see that coming. Unfortunately, we might get vulnerable at the end of the turn. We don't know where the Juggernaut's going to land. But we don't really have a choice. It's Juggernaut, double defend, I think. Right. So now we're frail, but we don't care. I think we can get through the fight without offering, probably. So let's do that. Yeah. Through the fight. Did it. Battle Trance is excellent. Battle Trance has got a special little friend with orange pellets. So you can play the Battle Trance, get the you cannot draw debuff, and then purge it with orange pellets, which is pretty fun. Wild Strike gives us a status that we can get rid of for fun and profit. Battle Trance is super good, right? We were looking for more card draw. We found a little bit of it. We got Warcry and it looks like Battle Trance. Okay. So that kind of it replaces the Evolve part of this deck. Generally, you like need Evolve if you're going to go really hard on statuses. But we haven't gone super hard on statuses, and we have some draw, so I think we can get by with just that. It looks like we can afford an upgrade here. Only got a couple we need. I think it's between Feel No Pain and Juggernaut. Yeah, Feel No Pain helps us block, Juggernaut helps us do damage. So which one do we feel like we need more of? Yeah, we do have a lot of powers. That is true. I think for this fight immediately, Juggernaut is more useful. So let's take Juggernaut. I'm a little bit worried about this fight. Could go bad. We have some good potions. We've got Toy Artifact here. We should be okay, but you never know. Alright, we can't offering here because we have the no draw effect and we can't get rid of it. We could double strike, but we would lose the Art of War. But it's the only effective thing we can do with our energy this turn, so I guess we'll do it. Oops, all powers. And not a good turn for it. I guess we play Juggernaut, the big Feel No Pain, and then Fend. Inflame doesn't matter a ton, and this Feel No Pain's worse than that one. Maybe we could get Offering with the Liquid Memories. If we were going to do that, we should have played Juggernaut, double Feel No Pain, and then done it, because we get extra block that way. I'm going to restart the fight and do that. Alright, so this turn is Battle Trance, Double Strike. Oops, I clicked on the wrong window. Alright, so we're going to Juggernaut, double Feel No Pain, and then Liquid Memories, and an already zero cost card. With a special brand of insanity. Warcry and Shrug It Off are probably getting played. If we want to get the most cards into the deck, we play them Shrug It Off, then Warcry, which I think is what we want. They're hitting for 30... wait, how much is it? 35. So it looks like we need some more block. Who goes on top? Cleave? Inflame? Metallicize? Let's do Metallicize. Metallicize is going to end up being 12 damage a turn, as well as the 3 block. I would hate to miss that for the next cycle. Plus we're about to get the big debuff turn. Actually, no, that's not next turn. Metallicize is the last power in the deck. And this is turn 2, so turn 3 he's not debuffing us, and then turn 4 he is. So on turn 5 we want to be playing Metallicize, so we should not put it on top of the deck now. Yeah, that's a good point, Redbearder. Let's put Cleave on top. It's the most effective attack. I guess I'll put Defend on top? No, Cleave, I think so. Okay. Probably going to end up using Explosive Pot too, but we will see. Alright. We can upgrade the Juggernaut before we play it or after. Either way. I think before is probably correct here. Let's go ahead and use the Explosive Pot and Cleave to clear this guy out. Alright, here comes the debuff. Our defense are hitting for 14, so at some point we're going to kill that Torch Head. We don't really have to focus on it. There he is. Okay, give me a power. Thank you. We can Battle Trance and purge that debuff too. So let's do that. Okay. And then I guess we could Shrug, but why? We can just... I guess actually Shrug does more damage than Strike, right? Yeah, it says 13, that does 14. Second wind does a lot of damage. 14 times 3. 42 damage. Gets rid of a wound. I don't think the defend pluses are super important, so I'm gonna do it. Yeah, vulnerable and frail are both pretty big deals here. I guess we're just playing all the cards. Looks like we're pretty close to killing Collector, so we'll just target him. Okay. So we have 24 targeted damage and a bunch of random damage. Let's see if any other random damage hits in. Nope. Okay, this one has to, right? It's the law. Okay. Cool. Fiendfire, huh? Fiendfire, Impervious, Berserk. Impervious is also quite a card. Sorry, I didn't let the, what is this one called? Stone Calendar go off. That's my bad. That's on me. Wow, these are both so good. Fiendfire is so nuts in this kind of deck. Impervious is nice. I have been neglecting my exercise that Digital Charmander redeemed a while ago, so I'm going to do that now. Oof. What's the gimmick of Ironclad? The strength. Strength is mainly Ironclad's thing. Unfun, wow. I think it has to be Fiendfire, right? Like, we already generated a ton of block. And Fiendfire is kind of like a backup second wind, but also punches people. Okay. We have access to Pandora's Box. Pandora's Box after Ancient Writing is kind of womp womp. But we do have Toxic Egg, so we were really looking for that in Act 1. We had access to a whatchamacallit, a blue candle as well, but we didn't pick it, so Calling Bell doesn't have that special friend. Not being able to rest at rest site seems like a pretty big deal. We don't need energy that badly. Is there something in the deck relics that affects exhaust? Yeah, so this is basically an exhaust synergy deck. We're doing Feel No Pain to generate block, and then Juggernaut triggers off the Feel No Pain to do damage. So we're basically just trying to like generate status cards and then exhaust them to do everything the deck does, block and attack. Bell is a lot of fun. I'm not actually sure what we're looking for out of Bell. Bell is good even if you're not like looking for something specific. You don't have to like be like, I need, you know, kunai to make this deck work. Although it is good for fishing for relics. Although I think I've ever actually had that work where I'm like, I'm looking for kunai and then Calling Bell gives me kunai. But if you're looking for like an unceasing top or like there's some really important relic you need, then Bell is reasonable. But I don't know what relic is even helpful here. Like, we don't really need strength scaling. Strength scaling tends to be something you get a lot from Calling Bell, just because there's a lot of strength scaling relics. All this Smoothstone would be really good. Deck scaling is nice. There's not too many deck scaling relics, though. Obviously, there's lots of good outcomes. Calipers would be fine. Helix Stone, what is that one called? The Fossilized Helix. Fossilized Helix, that's the one. Incense Burner, those are always top tier. Tori Tungsten Rod, also excellent. Although I'm just naming rare relics, and you only get one rare relic. Yeah, so I'm not super jazzed on Calling Bell, and I think Coffee Dripper probably is worse than Skip. I think Coffee Dripper gets us killed. And Pandora's Box is always pretty exciting when you have an egg. We also didn't, somewhat importantly, have not used any card removes. So our card removes still cost 75. So if we pick Pandora's Box and get something horrible, we are going to be able to get rid of it. Although we already want to get rid of stupid armaments. Also, if we get something horrible, we can just feed it to Second Wind and Fiendfire. It's like the deck is not super sensitive to bad cards. Yeah, I think we should pick Pandora's Box. Okay, let's see it. We got our Impervious. 2 more copies of Juggernaut. What? Okay, sure. This card says Exhaust on it. This is an Immolate. This is a really good outcome. Reckless Charge is actually insane, too. 2 Juggernauts, a Reckless Charge, Impervious. Jesus Christ, this was an amazing Pandora's Box. Only 2 skills. So the Toxic Egg combo didn't really pay off, but nonetheless, it just gave us a ton of rares. Does anybody know if the rare chance from Pandora's Box is affected by what act you're in? I suspect that it isn't, but I don't actually know. Transforms never care about rarity. Huh. Crazy. I did not know that. Okay. Rampage is also here. We do have Fiendfire and Second Wind, so I think we can theoretically get the deck down to the point where we're drawing Rampage every turn, which is always fun. But we have other plans, so I don't think we really need that. It's probably worse than a Strike, to be honest. The Strikes were doing 9 damage, and Rampage only does 8. Alright, it is Time Lord. It's pretty concerning, actually. I mean, there's always a good chance you're going to fight Time Lord on Ascension 20, because you fight 2 out of the 3 bosses, so even if he wasn't the one that we knew we were facing, there'd still be a 50-50 chance of facing him. But now there's a 100% chance of facing him. I don't think we're too upset, though. He puts slimes in our deck, and we can just exhaust the slimes to block for a bunch. So I think we'll be okay. We have to fight this guy, which means we can go anywhere, because we have to go through one of these 2, and both of those can get us there. We're doing a fire before an elite if we do either of those 2, which is nice. This has got a fire after the elite, which is also fine. Extra question marks here give us extra chances at like Mind Bloom, other good events. We can't get bites or apparitions anymore. The Toxic Egg is still relevant though, because if we get like Tesseract, or whatever it's supposed to be called, Sensory Stone, the skills will be upgraded. You think the loss of defense with Juggernauts would be a problem? No, I don't. Most of our block was not coming from the defense. In fact, a lot of times we were like, do I play the defend or do I feed it to Second Wind? In addition, we also got some block from it. We got Impervious. I guess we got significantly less block than we fed in. That's true. The Daze blocks and Infernal Blade blocks with Feel No Pain. But I'm pretty happy with getting 2 Juggernauts out. If I could trade Defense for Juggernauts, I would trade all of them. At least in this context. So we're probably fighting 3 elites, with this one being the second one, and then one of these 2 being the first one. I don't know why I keep discounting this guy. He's got a fire after him too. So any of these probably leads here. Do we want this shop? Yeah, I think we either take this shop early and fight this elite and then dodge this shop, or we go on the right and go through that shop. I think the right's got extra question marks. That's probably what we want. We get 1 extra question mark instead of a fight. Yeah, I mean, 5 defense with no... 5 Juggernauts with no defense would obviously kill you in Act 1, but... that's why I said in this context. Alright. Double Feel No Pain Infernal Blade does most of the blocking this turn and develops a couple powers. And apparently we're playing a Pommel Strike. Okay. Give me a J. Juggernaut does most of the blocking. Or sorry, Power Through does most of the blocking. It's probably going to be like Juggernaut, Power Through, Exhaust the Warcry for some block. Or we could not play a second Juggernaut and play like Metallicize, True Grit, Shrug it off. No. We can put the Shrug It Off back on top, or the Metallicize, I suppose. But I like the Shrug It Off better. Okay. Juggernaut Fiendfire, is that lethal? This is always so hard to figure out. So we're exhausting 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. So we'll generate block 4 times for 17 damage apiece. 17 times 4 is 40 plus 28, which is 68, so it is lethal. Okay, well, that's good enough for me. There's a Searing Blow. It's only floor 35. Maybe we can turn it around, make a Searing Blow happen. Wild Strike is here. We almost picked Strike Dummy a while ago over Sapphire Key. And the cooler heads prevailed. I don't hate getting wounds. If we had an Evolve, I think we might consider Wild Strike. I think probably, as it is, we're probably not doing that. Mostly because of Art of War. Okay. Match and keep, huh? No thank you. There could be 2 copies of this curse in here. There's always, there's 4 total curse cards. But they can be the same curse, so if I click here, I'm not safe. So I'm not going to click there. Would I take a random pummel? I have a 1 in 8 chance of getting a pummel if I click there. No, I don't want a pummel. Would I take a random Wild Strike? No, I just turned 1 down. There's the pummel. It is impossible for this to be a pummel, right? But I think it doesn't matter, because the thing's over. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we need cards. Okay. I need some block. Metallicize True Grit does it. Or we could True Grit Immolate. Seems like a pretty good fight to play an Immolate in. Nah. Haha! Armaments has a target. Thanks, Pandora's Box. Okay. I guess we'll play these cards. Taking a little bit of damage here. Not a huge deal, but not ideal. Okay, so they're hitting for 12 plus 9 is 21. I would have to exhaust 7 cards. Oh wait, each card is worth 10, so I have to exhaust 2 cards to block out. So we can play, like, for example, Juggernaut Cleave Second Wind. Oh wait, that only hits 1 card. The only 2 cards I can hit are both Juggernauts. Okay. I've got 4 copies of Juggernaut, so I guess I'm willing to get rid of them. And I think that's too much damage to skip, so I Okay, there's the Juggernaut we're not skipping. Cleave kills him. We could try and get through this fight without offering and try to heal up a little bit. Seems like a worthy goal. I think we might be able to pull that off. Battle Trance with 0 energy? No. We want to play the Juggernaut and the Feel No Pain and the Fiend Fire and stuff, so just hold on to these. Okay, Juggernaut Impervious is probably this turn. What these do? We get the last Feel No Pain. We could get Fiend Fire, but I guess that's fine because we just wouldn't play it. We just put it back on top. Okay. Does look like we're gonna heal here. Fiend Fire lethal, so it does kills him outright, and then we do 12 AoE 4 times, or 12 randomly targeted a bunch of times. Yeah, he's dead. Okay, great. We got there. Spot weakness is some strength scaling. I don't think we're looking for that. Normally a pretty good card. It's upgraded. What if Rampage worked like Claw? If it did, would I take a second Rampage here? I think it would make Rampage much better. It's pretty awkward to have an uncommon that works like Claw, though. You'd like very rarely see 2 in a run. Second Warcry, I think I said no. Warcry is like our biggest like watch list card for Time Lord, so I think no. I don't want a second one. Alright, this one turned out to be a fight. And that's okay. Let's play some towers. Okay. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, putting Rampage into the Strike synergy package is an interesting idea. Let's play this Juggernaut before we exhaust this Warcry. We'll put Cleave on top because it doesn't really fit into the mana of the turn. I'm presuming Immolate Reckless Charge is too much damage to skip for 1 energy. It's only 20 though. We get 2 statuses. One of them's good, one of them's bad. 20 damage or 1 energy. We've already got 4 energy, I think we'll be fine. Okay, so Second Wind does a ton of damage. If we just Second Wind now, it does... I guess it's only hitting 2 cards. But it ends up doing 4 times 17 damage. So it's 68 damage. It's quite a bit. I think I'm not going to skip Metalicize though. So we get 17 less than that. Whatever that is. We got both Cleaves. Metalicize does more over the course of the fight, but it does less that turn. Yeah, but so if you play a card to Second Wind, it procs Juggernaut twice per card because you get energy from the Second Wind. I mean, or you get blocked from Second Wind. You also get blocked from the Feel No Pain as a result of exhausting the card. So you'd end up getting 34 damage for exhausting. I guess Juggernaut then Shrug. Sure. Battle Trance! Yeah, it does catch up really quick. It does like the yell at me, so that's something. Oh my god, I hate spot weakness versus Lagavulin. God. That's the worst feeling. Where you're just like, I'm playing a card game, sometimes things are random. Damn it. This is the time when things are random. We get to upgrade 2 cards with armaments. Look at that. The power, the raw power of armaments finally revealed. Sever Soul is one of those cards that exhausts a bunch of stuff. I don't know how desperate we are for a third one of those. We have the Second Wind, which is probably the best one, and then we've got a Fiend Fire, which is like a pretty good second, I would say. And Sever Soul is like a very distant third. But it does do the thing. And if we need more of that effect, we could put Sever Soul in the deck. It is allowed. But I think, no. We're going to skip that. Power through does more damage. What are you talking? What's power through? You mean the... I'm so confused. You mean with Sever Soul? Or are you saying just the block card? Oh, Second Wind does more damage. Yes, it does. Second Wind is way, way, way better than Sever Soul. But we could pick Sever Soul if we just want to exhaust a lot of cards. If we had, like, I don't know, 4 copies of Power Through, then I would take Sever Soul. But we don't, somehow. Okay, hey, there's my Tesseract. I think we're all in for this, mostly because we can't heal with Burning Blood right now, so we're kind of like wasting resources. But also because we have a Toxic Egg. What's the best thing we can find? We can find powers to go with our orange pellets. We could find cards that block and exhaust. Actually, most colorless cards exhaust. So I think it's almost certainly we're doing 3 cards here. Okay. Panic Button, there you go. Actually, Panic Button, you have a Kappa Face, but Panic Button is great in this deck because we have orange pellets. So we can play Panic Button and then purge the debuff. Which is dope as hell. Violence is terrible. Jack of all trades is terrible. Good Instincts cost 0. Bandage Up says exhaust on it. Sadistic Nature, maybe if we'd taken those shockwaves that I was considering. Doesn't look like we're applying enough debuffs for that to be good. But it is a power, it costs 0. Bandage Up would heal us. We're currently somewhat injured. Hand of Greed is card. Deep Breath Plus. I never considered Deep Breath because Deep Breath minus is so terrible, but maybe Deep Breath Plus is good. It's the only card in this choice that doesn't say exhaust on it, so it seems wrong to consider, but maybe it's right. Oh shit, yeah, Deep Breath Sundial. I've never had that happen. Yeah. Huh. I don't think I would have seen that connection if you hadn't pointed it out. I always forget about Sundial, and then I get extra energy and I'm like, what happened? Oh, Sundial. We do actually end up with extra energy sometimes. Maybe Transmutation is worth considering. I think we're skipping this pick. These are all bad. Thanks for the follow, Rain Horse. Also, that's just a badass image. Rain Horse. I love it. Wait, there is a Rain Horse in Mulan, right? Or wait, not Mulan. Shoot, what's the one with like John Smith and the like Native American exploitation story? Oh my god, this is the worst explanation ever. Painting with all the colors of the wind. Somebody help me out. Pocahontas. Yeah, in Pocahontas, there's a scene where it's raining, and then there's a river, and there's horses that are made out of water coming out of it. So there you go. That's the Rain Horse. I think it's raining. Maybe it's just a river. I don't know. I don't remember Pocahontas that clearly. Deep Breath has got a lot of style points. I'm gonna take Deep Breath and skip all the rest of them. Bandage Up, maybe? Ah, short story by Ted Hughes. Is it good? I like short stories. What is it about? Most of the short stories I read, I will admit, are sci-fi short stories. I think it's sort of the classic short story genre. Maybe the rain horse is a metaphor, Redbeardy. Come on, get literary. I'm gonna have a stamp that says "Get literary." Stamp it on stuff. I don't know. Bandage up, really? We're basically just picking it because it says exhaust, right? It's like a block card that doesn't actually generate block. Yeah, I think if we wanted bandage up, we should just pick old good instincts, and we're not gonna pick either. Okay, there we go. We left. We did it. Let's get that Feel No Pain upgraded. We have so many Juggernauts now, that's like, that's not the problem anymore. Okay. This is actually a pretty big challenge, because Juggernaut doesn't scale with slow procs. So that's kind of scary. We could get a big Fiendfire this turn, that's possible. Let's Offering and see what we're looking at. Right. I feel like E-Laser just like saw into the future, and he was like, Armament's gonna upgrade a bunch of cards. It's like, yes, E-Laser, you're right. We can get 100 energy, what? With Deep Breath? We can get 7 energy, or 8 energy. That's pretty close to 100, I guess, I'll admit that. This draws 2 cards and gives him more stuff to Fiendfire. I think we're always going to play Infernal Blades. Let's see what that is. It's a Body Slam. We could Second Wind and then Body Slam. We have like Impervious and stuff. Is that more damage than Fiendfire? We don't have any Feel No Pains or Juggernauts up. So Fiendfire is not getting any help. Let's see. I think in either case we're playing Armaments because it upgrades Fiendfire and it generates block for Body Slam. And we're always playing Deep Breath to draw extra cards. Let's see what they are, so let's do that. There's Feel No Pain Juggernaut, okay. New plan. Is Second Wind more damage than Fiendfire now? I think probably. So yeah, because Second Wind was close to Fiendfire before because we had Body Slam, but now we have Body Slam and Juggernaut Feel No Pain. Do we play Impervious as well? I guess we don't have much else to spend our energy on. It's going to be like... I guess it's Impervious versus Bash. Maybe Bash is more important. Okay. We didn't actually get that much block, but 76 is still quite a bit. Took a chunk out of him. Yeah, and I think we'll go ahead and play the attacks. Oops, that was the wrong order. You're supposed to play them in ascending order of damage. So the slow does the most. Messed up. I think Immolate's getting skipped again. Or I guess the other time we skipped Fiendfire. So this does 31. If we play... We're playing at least this one. So for this one to do 31, we'd have to gain block 6 more times in the fight. That seems like it's happening really quickly. Okay. We can Armaments before we metallicize, get some extra block. Let's draw the Shrug card, see if it's unupgraded. I suppose the same goes for Warcry. Seems like we've got enough block this turn. I guess it doesn't matter what we put on top, because we're going to draw it again with Shrug It Off. before Battle Trance. Do we want to shuffle now or not? Because we can shrug it off and then Battle Trance. Or we can Battle Trance to draw the Juggernaut and get extra Juggernaut damage from the shrug. I think I like the latter. I don't see why shuffle timing is super important. Building up 7 slow procs and having no attacks. Seems like how this deck works. Sure. Shrug before Battle Trance seems correct. There's Deep Breath again. Not quite up to Sundial levels. But I guess we want to play Deep Breath before Battle Trance as well, because it draws. I wonder if this is the Shrug It Off I just shuffled back in. Oh man, now I want to have a deck that has 2 Deep Breaths, and you infinite combo them against Giant Head. You just dirtle your Deep Breaths for half an hour, and then you strike them to death, do 500 damage. Sounds fun. Is Fiendfire lethal? We could do Power Through Fiendfire for extra spicy. Battle Trance as well. So assuming we have, let's see, so we'd have 2 extra cards in hand. We currently have 6, so we'd have go up to 7, and this goes up to 10. So we'd have be Fiendfiring 9 cards. So that's 90 damage off the bat. He's got some slow triggers too. Almost certainly lethal. Does the second one do more damage than Fiendfire? 15 per card. I don't have to think anymore. This is over. Okay. Exhume, huh? We have lots of cards that exhaust. We could get our Fiendfire back. Get Impervious back. Seems incredible. Alright. There's a flex. We have orange pellets. I've been kind of low-key looking for a flex for a long time. I do love me some flex plus orange pellets shenanigans. Seems like it's really not what the deck does. So maybe I shouldn't focus on that. Impatience is actually totally busted in this deck. We have almost no attacks. So Impatience is going to let us draw 3 cards all the time. None of these things are good against the Time Lord. It's probably something we should be thinking about. We could bottle something. Maybe bottling an Impervious would be wise. Since sometimes Time Lord attacks on turn 1, and we don't have any of our Feel No Pain stuff set up. We could get a second egg. Try and complete the egg cycle. Bottle Deep Breath. It seems like a weird choice. I mean, you do get it's kind of like having a backpack a little bit. It's like a 1-card backpack. It's an interesting idea. Probably want to card remove something. Maybe the unupgraded Cleave. Yeah, I think unupgraded Cleave is the uncontested worst card in the deck, followed by upgraded Cleave, and then maybe like Rampage, then Bash, and then like Infernal Blade or Reckless Charge. But we're not getting anywhere near that many card removes. Yeah, we do get more Sundial. We're not that energy constrained. It seems like the upside's pretty limited. We will be more energy constrained if we start doing Impatience stuff, that's for sure. How afraid of Time Lord are we if we pick Impatience? Ooh, Bottle Flex, now we're talking. That's my jam. Bottle Flex, huh? That's a dream. That's a deck with a dream right there. I think Flex was good when we first got orange pellets, but since then we've removed almost all of our attacks, and so our ability to strength scale is quite low. It's basically just Fiend Fire. So I don't think we're buying the Flex, unfortunately. Okay, let's get rid of the Cleave, and I guess we can't buy Bottle anymore. I didn't realize I was making that decision, but I guess I stand by it. What do we think about Magnetism? Does anybody think Magnetism is good here? Random colorless cards usually exhaust, which is quite good. You do end up with kind of a garbage deck against Time Lord, which is scary. Is that it? Is that all we're doing here? Just removing the... We have to buy Impatience, right? Why do we have all this card draw? We have like so much card draw if we buy Impatience. We have Battle Trance, Warcry, 2 Shrug-It-Offs. We have 2 Shrug-It-Offs. Offering. But like the only things we want to draw into is like making a big second wind. I guess making a big second wind is a pretty big deal though. Okay, alright, let's just buy that and leave. That is the third whatchamacallit? Bottled Intimidate. It's great against the Heart and Act 4 elites. Helps you block against Act bosses until you get set up. You're not wrong. Oh man, we would have gotten the whole cycle. Damn it. Well, now I really feel like I missed out. I could have bought that Frozen Egg. It's not like really something to be concerned about, but I do feel like I missed out. Relic or Upgrade? We'd probably upgrade the Fiend Fire next. Maybe Juggernaut. Do we ever die? I think no. The thing about relics, though, is like I realized when I was thinking about calling Bell is this deck just like doesn't depend on relics at all. There's like very few relics that are like even helpful. So it's a little bit tough to justify going and fighting an extra elite that's like slightly risky. Like if we fight Nemesis and he like hits us with a 45 attack before we're set up, maybe he does some damage. We go down to like 50. And then, like, we could die to Strength Reptomancer, maybe? You guys make great points. Getting a bag of prep and a boat. Alright, so we're safe from Mega Elite Reptomancer, which is nice. Unfortunately, we do have to fight Reptomancer now, which is a little bit less nice. Let's Juggernaut Shrug. That's the wrong target. Deep Breath should find us something to trigger it. Okay, great. We're blocked out this turn. Oh, Fiend Fire. That's interesting. We could power through Fiend Fire. Kind of just overkills a dagger really hard, though. Doesn't really do anything. I guess what it does is saves the power through, which is fairly important. Okay. Here's the big scary turn. We got an Impervious and an Offering. That's about the best you can hope for. I could have damaged Drifter, that's true. If I knew I was going to draw Immolate, I would have done that, but I didn't know that. Let's Armaments then Juggernaut. And Immolate. And Intimidate. And take 20 damage. Maybe that was wrong. I guess I was supposed to skip the armaments there. I'm actually going to go back and do that better. Because I'm supposed to block for 25 there instead of upgrading some nothing cards. Pretty sure that's what I did last time. Oh, you know what? I messed up a little bit because I played the Juggernaut earlier last time. But I don't think it matters too much. Okay. So now we have 6 energy. We want to play Juggernaut and Immolate for sure. Oh, I see. I see what happened. Because I can't actually skip Armaments, because Armaments upgrades Immolate, and we need upgraded Immolate to kill these 2 daggers. So we actually have to choose here. We have to choose between Juggernaut and Impervious. I think we should choose Impervious. Yeah, skipping Juggernaut is actually not very impactful at all because there's 4 Juggernauts in the deck, so it's not really a big deal. I guess we'll play this card. Sure. Alright, let's draw a card. That's true, I could have upgraded the Infernal card. That's a good catch. What is over here? We could go Impervious again. The Exhume. I think I'd prefer to play something for 1. I think True Grit probably blocks out. We actually don't have any Feel No Pains up. So let's draw 1. There's not one there. There's 1. There's 2. Okay, so if we play double Feel No Pain and then Exhume something that also exhausts itself, like True Grit, then we block out because we block for 16. Or we could play double Feel No Pain Second Wind and skip the other Juggernaut as well. Is there a way we could play Feel No Pain, Juggernaut, and block out? It uses all of our energy, so we'd have to Exhume something for 0, Intimidate, or Infernal Blade, both exhaust. So we'd end up blocking for 8 with cards, puts us up to 19. She's hitting for 24, so no. We could Juggernaut Second Wind. We're skipping both Feel No Pains. Oh wait, we have a Daze in hand. So that's 4 more blocks. So if we block for, what was it? It's 8 for these, plus, so we end up blocking for 12. So we block for 23 and take 1. That seems fine. We could do Offering too if we wanted to, but that costs us health. Okay. Oh right, Metallicize. We don't take 3, we take 0. Alright, let's get this stupid Rampage out of hand so we can Impatience. When was the last time we played Inflame? I think it's been a while. Alright. Shrug It Off is hitting harder than Immolate here, or almost as hard. It does more damage per energy. Another Armaments upgrade on Reckless Charge. Go play Feel No Pain instead. Let's play Battle Trance and then Warcry the Immolate on top. Or I could just Warcry the Immolate on top now. Yeah, we should definitely Warcry Immolate because he's going to have daggers. Let's just play Warcry Immolate. Ouch, skipping second one. I guess we're just killing her with the Immolate. Gremlin Horn? She was holding it. She didn't want anybody using it against her. Makes sense. How did she get it, though? She had to kill somebody who had it. That's scary. Let's see. No, right? We don't want any of these. I think Infernal Blade's the closest, but no. Alright, this is not really a transient killer. I guess we can... It's important to keep the second one in deck, right? So we'll just play that instead of Fiendfire. Keep the trigger at 2. Okay. Alright. We can shuffle and get a Sundial proc with Deep Breath. Don't really need that right now because we have Offering for all of our energy needs. This deck ended up being very high energy. I didn't see that coming. We could Warcry and then Deep Breath, so we put a card on top of the deck and then shuffle. It's kind of fun. Let's get rid of that Cleave. Oh, I should have played Juggernaut before that. I was wrong. Darn, that's never happening. Bash Immolate wins this turn, so let's do that. I guess Inflame Rampage Immolate also wins this turn, and maybe the Strength is more useful than the Vulnerable. Wait, I have Infinite Clash? What? Yeah, I can't even play Clash. Also, how would it be infinite? What? Oh, you mean... Alright, so let's play Bash at point. I think the Vulnerable is maybe useful, whereas the Inflame is unlikely to be useful. So let's see here, just a couple of Jugs. I guess we need to play some block cards so that we actually damage him. He's taking 17 at the end of the turn, so he goes from 32 to 15. And we gain 3 blocks, we go up to 8, so we take 7 if we play Feel No Pain. I guess Reckless Charge does 7 damage, so it should work out to be 0. We could also go get a Offering or anything plus 0. Let's take a Warcry. Impervious seems good next turn. Let's do that. Oh, I see. Yeah, you didn't even... I was like, it costs 0, so I can infinite it, right? No. Should be okay for the rest of the fight. Not too worried about anything. I think we can afford the bash, right? Yep. Get some extra vulnerable, just in case we need it. Seems like we got there. Okay. No, I don't think I want any of these. I've talked about all of them before. We could drink a colorless potion right now, and then... Or drink a blood potion and take a colorless potion. Blood potion wants to heal us for 16, so we'd be missing out on 6 healing. Yeah, Thorns would be good. Especially against the heart. But colorless potions just aren't that good, so I think I'll just keep the full value blood pot. Okay, regenerating Nemesis. That's not too bad. I don't mind that. Impervious just looks like it's happening. I guess let's see what's in here. Thunderclap. I guess I'll take some damage. We need to draw some powers. I can get powers. Okay, there we go. Starting to find them. Okay. We are extremely good against Nemesis because we have second wind and stuff. Fiend Fire. Shouldn't be a problem. How could we exhume? Impervious and stuff. We don't really need that right now. Okay. I guess we have to Fiend Fire to block this turn, so we're losing one of the Field No Pains. Alright, let's play the attacks and then draw. Exhume could get us back the Field No Pain, which is probably the best target. Let's battle transfer, see what we're getting. Yeah. Alright. We're getting there. Probably get him next time he's not intangible. Second wind for a bunch of block. I'll save the True Grit from it. I guess I could save the Rampage from it too. Nah, it's only doing 8 damage. Oh, that's right, it doesn't even exhaust effects. Forgot. I guess we're not killing him next time he's vulnerable because we're not doing anything. Oh. Right, Stone Canopy. Orichalcum is very unlikely to ever go off, but I guess we'll click it because there's no downside. So Shockwave. I think this deck wants a Shockwave. We don't really need to do to get rid of their artifact charges. We're not really depending on the weak from Intimidate, for example. Shockwave is quite good against Time Lord, though. Very card efficient. Alright, Fight a Boss for Act 1 is usually the pick. Yeah, Orichalcum is not a good one. There's several bad ones, though. There's like Omamori and stuff. Yeah, Heal the Full is probably not worth it. Although if we had picked that blue candle, I would consider this. It does get us 13 health, and the curses aren't bad. Yeah, upgrade all cards, not doing a lot. Not being able to heal anymore isn't super impactful. Our only healing is Burning Blood and Fires. There's really only 2 fires left. We're recalling at this one, and then there's one in Act 4. But yeah, Fight Boss is almost certainly the pick, because it usually is the best. We also just don't have that many cards to upgrade. Alright. Do we try and win the fight without offering? I think that's preferable if we can. Okay. Get some more stuff. Intimidate. Intimidate plus shockwave, not great. Not really what we're looking for. Oh, maybe we get him actually with clothesline? Yeah, we do. Cool. I guess we'll skip the reckless charge. No, we've kind of failed that pain. Reckless charges are really okay. The dazes are okay. I guess we can just second wind. If we lose a true grip, that's not a huge deal. Do a bunch of damage. It really feels unfair to fight Act 1 bosses sometimes. It's just like, what are you gonna do? Okay. Good fight. Don't beat yourself up about it. Got an incense burner. Ooh, an extra second wind. Oh my goodness. Wow. Fighting a boss is so good. Why would you ever choose the other ones from Mind Bloom? Good God. If I knew I was getting an incense burner and a second wind, Jesus Christ. Plus 6 health, too. That was incredibly good. Let's draw some cards and play some powers. I guess it's happening. We're playing Inflame. No, we should probably just play Rampage or something. Cleave. No, I don't want to break Art of War. Maybe I should have saved the Inflame for purging the Constricted effect. Could be useful. Feel No Pain and Shockwave are definitely happening. I think Immolate's happening to purge the Constricted effect. And then we could Exhume to block out. Metallicize doesn't quite block out. Yeah, or I don't know if it did something. It procced, but it only procced because we had no reason to block. So Exhume blocks out. What would we get with it? I don't really need Shockwave. Oh, it did cause damage. That's true. Okay, good point. An extra Shockwave in the deck. Juggernaut Fiendfire seems fun. I guess it's going to be Deep Breath as well. Man, I really underestimated how much Deep Breath Sundial would juice my energy. I feel like I have 6 energy like almost every turn. We need to play Juggernaut before we play Second Wind. Okay. I'll just let Fiendfire exhaust itself for 12 damage. Spire Growth is kind of an idiot, so he'll just reapply the Constricted effect if you get rid of it. I'll save a Juggernaut, and then Juggernaut second one. Is that the end of the fight? That's the end of the fight. Okay. Is this a Dark Embrace deck? Seems like we've got plenty of draw without it. But it definitely seems like we could use it. Like we would... It definitely does stuff. I don't know if we need that stuff necessarily. But like on the big second wind turn, when we draw a ton of cards, Dark Embrace is going to redraw our whole hand. I probably should have paid more attention to Incense Burner that fight. I kind of like accidentally won, set it up on 4, probably should be on 5. I think Dark Embrace is better than Skip 2. Alright, let's get an upgrade on something. Dark Embrace has actually got a really good upgrade, so maybe we just upgrade it right away. Yeah, I don't think we need to upgrade Juggernaut since we have so many of them. Okay. Time warp. Okay, so I feel like Feel No Pain and Shockwave are definitely happening. And then maybe Fiend Fire? Dora says wait. What are we waiting for? Oh shit. Fuck. Okay. Well, I guess we're not fighting the heart this time. Damn it. Crap. Oh man. Well, rip heart Cal. Okay. My bad, everybody. I missed it. I've done it before. I'll do it again. Yeah, well, so we make our own fun here, because, like, obviously I've done all of the things that Slay the Spire can offer in terms of difficulty, so, just to maximize the difficulty, people typically do the heart. I do consider it a win if you don't get a heart kill, so for, like, streaks and stuff, I'll consider this a win if we kill both Act 3 bosses. But definitely getting the access to Act 4 was worth the Dark Embrace here. We need Fiend Fire for block. Let's see, it only generates 12 block. It's still worth it. It also just gets rid of a Immolate and a Rampage, which are useless. So. Okay. Maybe we just pass this turn. There's no powers in hand. We could, like, draw cards with Deep Breath and stuff, but I don't think that's a good idea. Those are extremely card inefficient. Yeah, all we have in our hand is super card inefficient draw and cleave. Maybe we just play the cleave. Happy Flower is not triggering next turn, nor is Sundial, so we will legitimately be on 4 energy if we play cleave. But maybe that's okay. Nah, we have so many copies of Juggernaut, I think we need the 5 energy, so I think we just pass. There's Auric Alchem doing more stuff. Thanks, Auric Alchem. Shug Shrug. Congratulations to Young on beating Ascension 2. Wraith Form is very powerful. I don't know if it's overpowered. I kind of feel like I wish that more cards were at the Wraith Form power level. I think that's a pretty comfortable place for this game, this rule set. Do we ever regret playing Juggernaut if we play Juggernaut Shrug It Off? I think we definitely want to play Feel No Pain as well. So we're going to be kind of energy constrained for the card we draw. Let's drink that Dex Pot. Okay, I think that worked out pretty well. So we get 8 block from this Intimidate. Dark Embrace is not super good in the fight. We don't really want to be playing 100 cards. I think I'll save Dark Embrace for potentially removing debuffs. I guess we just play Juggernaut here. I guess I could play Shrug It Off. We're doing 10 damage per shrug. That's pretty efficient. I kind of want to save 4 for next turn, though. Save 4 clock cycles. Alright, so Impervious blocks out. We can, like, Impervious bash True Grit. Oh wait, that doesn't reset the clock. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, be right back. So the idea for Wraith Form is that you win the fight while you're intangible. A lot of Wraith Form decks, or a lot of Silent decks, end up doing, like, ending their fights with, like, Wraith Form and then, like, Catalyst. And then, like, it doesn't matter if I'm, you know, have negative decks in 3 turns, because you're going to be dead in 3 turns. So you just kind of... It synergizes really well with Poison, because you can just be like, so he's dead in 2 turns, I'll be alive for 2 turns. I don't need to think about this anymore. He's hit me for 27. I can block for 31 really easily. Maybe we just block for 31 and then leave 3 on the clock? Sometimes leaving 3 on the clock is dangerous, but I think we're okay here. Okay, we need to block for 18 and can't. We can Juggernaut, Exhume, play the Exhume card. Exhume card's probably impervious. Or Fiendfire, actually. So Fiendfire would get rid of these 3 cards, and would block for 8 times 4. That's plenty. Okay. Bioscog is one of the most powerful cards for Defect, and you definitely can use it like you're describing, where it's just like, you play Bioscog and then you win before you lose, right? But the way that I typically use Bioscog is with either a source of artifact or with orange pellets, so that you can just get 5 positive focus and not get the downside. Whereas Wraith Form doesn't really depend on those sorts of effects to be good. Because a lot of times, the strongest thing that Defect typically does with focus is Frost Orbs. Frost Orbs, like, they start out kind of useless. They, like, just get you 2 block per orb. But then the more focus you have, the more likely you are to just be able to block any attack. So if you can get up to, like, 10 focus and get, whatever, 6 Frost Orbs or something, you're blocking for 60 a turn and the heart can't hurt you anymore. So you typically want to pair it up with, like, Core Surge or something like that. You don't know how to use Nightmare and Malaise correctly. So Malaise I think, is easy to overestimate. Malaise is really good, it's really powerful, but it sort of shines the most in Act 2 and against the heart. So in Act 2, there's, like, almost all the elites have a big multi-attack, with the exception of Slavers. So, like, Book of Stabbing and Gremlin Leader both have big multi-attacks, and the minus strength and the weak are both really effective against multi-attacks. Okay. Should we play Offering? I think we just do nothing this turn. Maybe we play Metallicized. Yeah, Metallicized gives us an extra 17 damage a turn. It's very card efficient. Okay, so we play Juggernaut here. We do 22 damage. I think I'm going to exhaust the slime. So now we're splitting up at the end of the turn. He'll go ahead and heal, and we won't do anything. Okay, so now we need to draw some block. Let's do that. Second wind will do it. We don't need any of these cards, right? Yeah. And we're almost there. Probably next second wind wins. Dark Embrace Slime draws a card. Do we just win if we, like, Slime Wound here? We get 44 damage, not quite. Second wind is 44, that's lethal. Okay. Well, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought Time Lord was going to be a big concern there, but we ended up perfecting him. Awakened One could also be a problem. We are playing a lot of powers. I don't know if I agree with Blasphemy being the best card in the game. It's certainly good. How frequently do I win runs on Ascension 20? I think I win probably like a third of runs, maybe a little bit more. I haven't like done the math. I think there's actually a couple of cards I would rate over Blasphemy. Let me look at a card list really quick. Catalyst, I think, is better than Blasphemy for sure. I think Wraithform is better than God, I keep forgetting the name of the card we're talking about. Blasphemy. It's probably all the silent cards. Maybe Well-Laid Plans? Well-Laid Plans is surprisingly important. Honestly, like, Blasphemy is like... It's good, but it's mostly good at solving hallway fights. Ooh, Subsistence Farmer's a playtester. That's fun. Subsistence Farmer, are you in the Discord? And thanks for the follow, Chaka Ites. I overlapped with Chalky a little bit at Blizzard. I don't think we talked too much. I think we played like Werewolf or something. One of the things. But I don't think you're probably Chucky, because your name is Chaka. Whole different person. So I want to play Feel No Pain Juggernaut Second Wind. That only exhausts 2 cards. So I block for 8. Which is not really very much. I respect your opinion, only loud, bro. I think anything that just like lets you dunk on hallway fights is good in exactly the way you're talking about. J.R. Hopkins, so I'm a game developer, so I am making a game. I sort of like spend half the day streaming and then half the day developing the game. The eventual purpose is to merge the two, so I'm like streaming the game that I'm making, and sort of building a community, or converting this Slave of Spire community into a community about my game. So there's sort of a pre-existing audience, rather than just like putting up a Steam store page and hoping people find it. So this is sort of like the marketing end of that. Yeah, so if people click playtest, they can play soon. And about that, so I'm sort of in the middle of switching the game to work a different way, subsistence farmer. So probably at the end of next week, I think there's going to be a build ready for playtest. So we will see. That's subject to change. I want to get back to only Lad Bros comment though, because you're totally right that like if something makes you really good at hallway fights, it does save you a lot of trouble, right? Like, and Blasphemy is obviously super good. Like Blasphemy is definitely among the best cards in the game, but like cards like Catalyst and Wraithform help you win hallway fights and boss fights. This is a hallway fight. Just like the regular monster symbol. People call it a hallway fight. I don't know why, actually. It's not really clear these are hallways, but whatever. Okay, let's get into this. So we're going to block for around about 22. I think the max block would probably be like just Feel No Pain Second Wind. Or I guess maybe Feel No Pain Fiend Fire? So Second Wind would hit a Juggernaut, which is fine, and an Armaments. So we'd end up blocking for 11 per card, which is 22. So we'd end up taking 2 damage. Okay. No, I've still got you on the list, Sardimal. Sorry about the delay, but yeah, it's I've switched the game from being like a procedurally generated dungeon crawler to be like a series of boss fights, and so it required some tech changes, as well as I just have to like build a bunch of bosses before it's any fun. So I've got like 2 sort of roughly functional bosses now, and I want to have like 10-ish before I start having people playtest. I was only looking at silent cards, though. I think there's a lot of cards that have that could claim to be stronger than Echo Form. Very good. Echo Form is pretty weak in hallway fights, which feeds into Loud Bro's point. Alright, so I think we're going to do this. And we'll get a whole feed bar. Okay, 2 Juggernauts, an Impervious, and a Second Wind. Could have hit for 40 by just the Awakened one, but we can block for 40, so it's not a huge deal. Do we ever just double Juggernaut Impervious here? And just say, come at me, bro? We play 1 Juggernaut. Actually, I guess we Battle Trance first. We could play 2 Juggernauts and a Second Wind. We could Warcry to put the Exhume back on top so that we get to reclaim the lost Juggernaut. Or the Impervious next turn. I like that. Oh crap. Now I'm not blocking enough. I forgot that I had the no draw. Oh well, it is what it is. I guess weak is actually going to block for more than the 7. I'll just play this one. Alright, well that hurt. Let's drink this blood potion. We might actually just be letting Stone Calendar kill the cultists. We're not very strong at killing cultists. I'm probably going to immolate them instead, now that we have that available. I think we're probably skipping Metallicize. Ooh, yeah, Pocket Watch. Pocket Watch is excellent. Pocket Watch is... Well, wait, we're not comparing relics with cards, but Pocket Watch is so good. I think you illustrate the problem, though, because it's like, anytime you're comparing cards, you shouldn't do that out in a vacuum, right? So, like, in a defect deck that's built around powers, like, Blast Anew would be useless, right? You want Echo Form in that deck for sure. I actually, my most recent defect win was Echo Form and Pocket Watch, and they work great together. The Pocket Watch helped draw the Echo Form. You play the first card twice and play the one more card. That's fine. It was a 3 energy deck, so you only really play 2 cards a turn anyway. I think we're skipping Dark Embrace and Metallicize. What else do we want to do? We don't need to trigger it anything. Let's draw some cards. Triggering away a burn seems really good now. Fiend Fire seems good. Yeah, let's Fiend Fire. Get this fight over with. Crap. Our second winds are looking at each other like Spider-Man. We can do 18, maybe a little bit more. I guess that's enough. I would love to kill him and play a power on the same turn. But it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Okay. We should play Immolate Impatience, right? And then Battle Trance. Okay, cool. So now we got Second Wind. We can save the True Grit from the Second Wind. Maybe we should play Second Wind Rampage. Looks like Rampage is getting stacked up here. There's actually lots of ways to win as Defect. Defect's got one of the most highly variable builds. I feel like for Silent, a lot of time you get forced into Poison. And for Watcher, a lot of times you get forced into Cut Through Fates. But Defect is like, you can do Claws, you can do All for One stuff, you can do Frost Orbs, you can do Power Synergy stuff. I mean, orbs are a component of nearly all of them. Because like orbs are a resource you have access to, but it's like that's like saying that you feel like all the Watcher decks have stance changing. It's like, yeah, they do. There's stance changing in the basic deck, right? Like it's always going to be in there. If I Second Wind now, I lose a lot of resources, is the main concern. But he's also hitting us for 52, so I don't know if I can economize too much here. We could save True Grit. We could True Grit the Rampage or something. Could play Power Through. We can play Power Through Second Wind. That saves the Power Through. It way overblocks. It's like way more than we need. But it also does a lot of damage. Okay. Cool. I didn't calculate how much damage it was. Turned out it was all of it. That's gonna be it. Okay. Well, I guess that's a win, technically. I apologize for not getting this one to Act 4. We totally could have gotten to Act 4, too. I don't think we even played Dark Embrace in either of the fights. So we got literally no advantage other than not going to Act 4. Whoops. Oh well. Pretty fun one. We pulled off we got a floor 1 Feel No Pain, and I was like, alright, let's go. I know how to do that. And yeah, it worked out. Sometimes Feel No Pain decks don't work out. But this time we got offered a Juggernaut and took it. It was against something good. It was against like a Fiendfire or something. I think it was our Act 1 card ward. So it was Juggernaut against gosh, what was it against? Oh, it was against Feed, I remember now. And so we skipped the Feed to take a Juggernaut, which ended up paying off. We got offered another Juggernaut later, and then we took a weird like Act 2 Pandora's Box and got 2 more Juggernauts. So we ended up with a lot of copies of Juggernaut. Yeah, we ended up getting some kind of unnecessary stuff from that Pandora's Box too, so there was quite a bit of junk in the deck, which is why we inflated up to like 33 cards and took some card draw to get past all that stuff. Deep Breath and what is it called? Sundial was a really fun synergy that I haven't played before, so that was fun. Thanks to Red Beardy for pointing that one out. Yeah, I had access to a surprising amount of energy. We had a Happy Flower, Art of War, and Mark of Pain. Mark of Pain's great with the second winds, which had some extra statuses kicking around. We never found an Evolve. Probably would have picked an Evolve if we saw one. But all in all, worked pretty well. I think it definitely would have killed the Heart. I think this kind of deck is extremely well positioned against the Heart because the Heart's statuses are like nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna write them down. I was gonna wait until the end of the stream because I didn't want you to sneak any more in after I wrote them down, as you are wont to do. Yeah, okay. And let me go raid somebody. Thanks everybody for coming. I do this every weekday, so I'll be online from 8 to 11 tomorrow. If you want to join the Discord community, you can find a link to it here. There's also a YouTube channel where you can see the VODs. And we're gonna raid Baylor. I'm sure that everybody's familiar with Baylor, but I'll just dump you guys over there. I didn't see anybody else that I'm excited to raid online. Oh, sorry, Flintlock. All right, see everybody later. Have a good raid.